Hello everyone, welcome back to the conservatory here at Rathbone Manor. I was actually able to get out to the car boot sale today. It was a little bit cloudy, not too bad at all. Temperature was quite reasonable too. Managed to get this lot here, didn't spend too much money. I also managed to get some stuff for Mrs Rathbone this week. So what we'll do is I think we'll start by taking a look at Mrs Rathbone's star buys. Okay then, so all I know is this is a cactus. Ouch. That is spiky. Right, so this is a cactus. You can see it's quite a large one. And spiky on the top as well. I saw some cacti there the other week when I went and didn't buy them, and so she's like, mine. So anyway, I thought, well, okay, we'll get this one. So this one was £5. This one is still spiky. Gad. Right, look at this. I thought this was quite interesting. Some sort of excessively spiky succulent, as you can see there. Look, I don't know what the hell it is, but she seems to be quite pleased with it. Let's put that down. Let's put it over there so I don't spike myself with it again. £3. And then there was this little fellow here, look, this is interesting. This was also £3. The guy who sold it to me, because I got them all from the same stall, he said this will have yellow flowers on it at some point. But again, what it is, no idea. It's just a plant, the sort of thing that Mrs Rathbone likes. So I thought, yep, this week we'll get some plants, and there they are. Okay, so moving along, this lot came from my favourite tool stall, who was just setting up. About, what was it, 7:45 time he was just setting up, and I'd been all round the car boot sale looking at stuff, waiting for him to set up, and he was getting his things ready and trying to slide the side of the van open, the door on the side of the van open. A load of stuff was falling out, so I had to rush round the back of the counter, his tables, and hold the boxes in while he came out from inside the van and opened the door, and I stopped all the boxes from falling out for him. So this lot here is all from my favourite tool stall, and he charged me £3 for this lot. Excellent. So let's start with this here, shall we? Okay, so this is one of these little sort of like I don't know, pallet tool, nail puller type things. It's got a little hammerhead going on just here with a nail puller there. Then we have a rather wide part of this end. I guess this is maybe for lifting small floorboards or whatever. But so I think it's roughly about 8 inches long. I think we've got a number 8 just there. So I think this is roughly 8 inches long. Not too bad condition. So yeah, there was that. I then found this fairly rusty little centre finder here. There's no markings on it that I can see just yet, because it's quite rusted, as you can see. I'll have to look when I clean it up, see if there are any maker's marks on it. Here is the other engineer's tool I found. This little fellow right here. I'm not sure whether somebody's added this little nut to it at some time in the past or not. But it's one of these things for you know, you can find out when you've got the right size of something you're turning down on the lathe. It does actually work. So I'm wondering if somebody's added this nut at some time in the past. They might have done, might have been able to take the knob off the end there. You can see the spring is still slightly blued. There's a little bit of rust to it. Again, I can't see any maker's mark on this. I thought, yep, quite like that. Been after one of those for a while. I also came across what I think is quite a nice little junior hacksaw here. It's quite a heavy little thing. It's quite well made. This one is marked. Let's have a look. Can we see in there? Guys Quality Tools. It was blue hammerite on the handle. No other marks that I can see, apart from made in England. There we are. And so this is a fairly substantial junior hacksaw too. It weighs quite a bit. Nice solid bow just here. That's quite nice. Really solid is that. I think it's probably the most solid junior hacksaw in my collection. It doesn't have a blade in it, but I'm sure we can find one of those from somewhere. That's quite nice. Quite like that one. The first stall I came to had boxes and boxes of old tools for 50p each, and I found these two little fellows in there, and I took pity on them straight away, because look at them. It's sacrilege. I mean, how could anyone let footprint wrenches get this bad? That's terrible. So I thought, yep, for 50p each I'm having those. They don't look too bad. I think one of them's slightly more modern. This one could be more modern than the other one, because you can see why it's got a little sort of indented footprint mark just there. We've got large rivets. The pivot pin still looks, you can see how crisp the markings are under the rust there. They don't work at all. You can't do a thing with them. They're rusted solid, both of them. I've got an idea this might be an earlier one again. You've got the nice crisp footprint markings on the pivot pin. Look at it, poor little bugger. Took pity on these straight away. Now hopefully that will have footprint in there somewhere, although the rusting is quite heavy. There might not be any markings left, but again, you can't move this one at all in the least. Let's just give that a quick wire brush, see if there's anything under there. Okay, so we can make out Made in England and 698 just there. Unfortunately, I think the footprint has been corroded away by the looks of it, which is a shame. You can see how nice and sharp the pivot pin markings are, and can't see anything on the frame, so that's obviously been corroded away as well, which is a shame. Let's have a look at the other one. There's the other one. Yeah, it's got the footprint on there. Footprint. This is a later one, probably from the 70s, 60s, 70s, something like that. That's quite nicely marked there. And you can just about make out Made just there. Unfortunately, it looks like the footprint's disappeared completely. Now, personally, I think this is absolutely a dreadful way to treat a footprint wrench. But they've obviously been left in water, I'd imagine, for some time, and I don't think they came out of the same toolbox, because they are different eras. This is probably 70s maybe. This one's an earlier model, but what a shame. But I'll get them soaking in some vinegar and we'll see what happens to them, shall we, guys? Okay then, so let's take a look at my star buy, and it just happens to be this Eclipse Hacksaw. This, as I say, came from my favourite vintage tool stall. I've got an idea, this could be quite an old one actually. You've got the little thumb rest there, so as you're using it, you can rest your thumb on it. It does actually feel quite comfortable actually. I'd imagine it's would be quite comfortable to use actually. It's got a fairly newish blade by the looks in there. You can still see some of the markings and paint on it. Let's move along to the handle then. Eclipse Tubular number 20T pattern. Okay, 20T pattern. It looks like it might have some, might have been owned by a plumber. That could be Boss White in there, or something like that there. What have we got on the other side? Use Eclipse blades. It's a bit grubby in there, look by the looks of things. And it's one of these adjustable ones too, like the handle. I believe I have a contemporary 20T, this one here, which I purchased way back at the start of my career. Eclipse 20T, so this is a later one. Feels a lot lighter than the one I picked up today. So this is another one for my collection. I'll have to put a nail up in the rafter in the workshop there for this one to hang on. I still haven't found my footprint hacksaw just yet, but I'm still looking. But I had to get this one because it's look at it, it's quite nice. How old it is I don't know, but I'd imagine it's quite an early one with this little thumb tab on there. It's quite nice and comfortable to hold, and it's quite a nice solidly made piece of kit too. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a fair bit of engineering stuff today, and maybe even the hacksaw could be classed as plumbing equipment too, because we've got the 2 footprint wrenches and some hacksaws. This little pry bar hammery type thing here, it's quite interesting, quite like that. Oh, and of course there's Mrs Rathbone's plants as well, let's not forget those. Okay then everyone, so I was really pleased to be able to get out to the car boot sale this week. Cancelled last week due to rain. This week the weather's not too bad, it's a bit cloudy out there, but other than that it's not too bad at all. Yeah, so we've got Mrs Rathbone's star buys here, she likes plants. It's spiky succulent, this thing is unbelievably spiky, it really is. Really sharp and spiky, you've got to watch out around that one. I quite like the look of this one, this is quite interesting too. And of course we have the large cactus going on here, which she wanted the other week, and I didn't get her, which she didn't like. Alright then, so what's my favourite this week? Well, obviously the Footprint Wrench Collectors Club, but I think my overall favourite has got to be this Eclipse 20T, quite a vintage one. As I say, we've got the little, ow, god damn it, cactus, right in. So we've got this little thumb rest just there when you're using it, very nice indeed. God, just got well and truly spiked, little bugger. Yeah, so let me know down in the comments which is your favourite of this lot here. If you happen to know what type of plant that fella there is, and the little spiky succulent here, let me know down in the comments down below, and I'll pass them on to Mrs Rathbone. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at my car boot sale flea market pick today. I'm going to have to watch out for this little fellow here, nearly spiked myself in the eye as well. Right then, okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll hope you'll pop by Rathbone Manor in the very near future then. Thanks for watching guys.